Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I created this very small restaurant app. I used ASP.NET Core 6 for my backend API and Redux Toolkit for my frontend, SQL Server for my database. So this is a home page. This is a read menus page. I have some, so I'm going to delete and create a new menu. So it's non-vegetarian. It's a snack and $12. Let's add it. Okay. Let's create another. It's a vegetarian. It's a, let's say, main course, $15. Let's add it. And let's add one more last. Pork wings, non-vegetarian. Oh, snacks, $15. Let's add. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and update this pork wings to onion rings, and instead of non-vegetarian I'll mark it as vegetarian. Instead of snacks I'll make it as a drink, let's say, and I'll make it $30. Okay, so onion rings, vegetarian, drink, and $30. Okay, let's update this again. Okay, it's a snack and it's just $6. Okay, snacks and $6 has been updated. Okay, now that update also works, delete also works. Let's add to cart now. So I want to add 2 of the onion rings. Okay, and maybe I want to add one more. So click on add to cart again. Okay, so instead of adding another row, it just updated the price and also the quantity. And let's add 2 of the chicken pizza and 1 veg soup. Let's add one more veg soup, which will make this to 2 and make this $15 to $30. Let's add to cart. Okay. Oh, I added 2, I'm sorry. 2 of the veg soups. Okay. Now if you click on finish and pay, so we have 3 items here. So click on finish and pay. All these 3 items has been added. Now I'll show you my database. Okay, so I have 3 items on my cart right now and nothing in my orders table. So you click on pay, I'm redirected back to menus page so that I can add more things in the cart for a different customer. But if you refresh my database, I'll show you that the items inside the cart are deleted and transferred to the orders table. So as you can see, all these are in the orders. Now let's go to our application and let's see on our orders page. So we have these as orders, so that at last while printing out the final ledger you can see what was ordered. So let's go to our read menus and let's add 2 of the onion rings, and that's it. Okay, let's pay. Okay, the cart item got deleted, but order items should have the new onion ring that I just added. And as you can see, this cart ID, it's the same for these 3, which means that these 3 were ordered by the same person, and this new order was ordered by a different person. Now if I click on, let's say I ordered 5 of these veg soup and click on finish and pay. Let's execute this. So this was ordered by a different person, so you have a different cart ID. Now I'd like to show you maybe, okay, I have 3 veg soup, 3 of the chicken pizza. Maybe I can delete these and click on finish and pay and click on pay. Okay, now click on order space. You can see the detailed orders exactly like here in our database from this link. So you can actually get access to what was ordered by different people. And let's go to menu, and that is about my project. Now I'd like to show you my backend. Okay, so I have a menu model. I have ID, food name, food type, price, and food course, just like what you saw. These food type, food course, price, so exactly like these. And so for the CRUD operation to add items in the menu and everything, I have this iMenu repository for okay, so here this is an interface. I created this to add functions. Now these methods does not have implementation because it's an interface, but I have a repository here. Sorry about okay, menu repository here. So I have the repository here, and as you can see, I have all the methods to get menu from the database, to get menu by ID, to post, since I showed you how to create a menu from here. And that's actually so this is iMenu repository. And sorry, okay, so these methods that you can see over here are exactly the same that you can find here, get all menus. Okay, so that is one thing, and I'm gonna show you my controller here. Okay, so I'm actually using dependency injection to inject menu repository dependency, this. So I'm using it to get all the menus directly. So if you go to my repository, and this is get all menus, here get all menus, and I'm going to my menus controller, and I can get the list of all the menu details. Similarly, all these function work fine. And for the cart, this is the model of my cart. Okay, and it has okay, carts controller. I haven't created interface and used that pattern, repository pattern, in my cards controller because I quickly completed this on my weekend. So this is my code. This one's to get details of all the cart items. So when you read menu, so when you add items, so this is the get cart. So you're going to get all the cart details. So if you click on finish and pay, this is also the cart details. Okay, so cart by ID. Okay, so updating cart, we are not using, I did use scaffolding to generate the code, but you can do this manually. But in menu repository, I didn't use scaffolding. So like you can see on update, I hand type these codes. Okay, let's go back to our cart. Okay, this is a postcard. And this is delete all. Okay, the most important thing is this, the most important method is this one, delete all order. This is what I used to, so if I click on pay, the cart item gets deleted and gets stored inside order. Okay, So this is how I did it. I'm going to show you code by code. So I'm using this random number generator to generate numbers. So these cart ID where these codes were generated by that generator, and let's go back to code, and that was actually stored here. Let me show you. In cart ID, I stored this final string, and that was the random generated string. So first of all, I extracted the list of items from the cart and stored it inside the list cards. Okay, and now I created an instance of order model, and I started looping through each cart items using for each loop, and I am actually transferring the cart ID to order ID, cart food name to order food name. Okay, and once everything was transferred, I added those order inside the orders table, and I saved the changes. Now everything is transferred. I have to remove the items list of items in from the cart, right? So I use this range to remove all the items from the cart, and I save changes. That's all. I was not able to implement this part because of time constraint, but definitely would love to do that once later. Sorry. So yeah, that is it about my backend. And for my frontend, I'm using React Redux Toolkit. Well, you can. I'm going to go to menu API slice. Sorry, I'm a little sick, so my voice is okay. Okay, so I have these inside menu API slice. I have these endpoints, and this API slice injects endpoints like read menus, create menu. Basically, for the CRUD operation, I built these, and it's just like an Axios. You need to pass a method, you need to pass URL and the contents in the body, okay, as parameter. And these invalidate tags are for caching purpose, for the efficient memory management. So basically, if you delete something, it's not going to refresh the entire page. It's just going to invalidate that specific ID and then refresh that ID only, and not the entire list of tables. That's for the that is it about invalidate tags. And provide tags does the same thing to get the data list of data. Okay, and the other thing I'd like to mention is that when you want to read something from API in the backend, you're going to use query. But when you want to update or delete or create, you're going to use mutation. And I've used mutation in delete and update. Okay, now once we do that, we're eligible to use these queries and mutation from API slice. So these are the hooks automatically generated by React Redux Toolkit. Okay, and now we're going to select everything from read menus using this endpoint, and add everything inside select menu. And using this create selector, we're going to get just the data and store it inside select menu data. And after using this create selector, we are eligible to use get selector to get data, either all the data or get data by ID. So I am replacing this select all using select all menus just to make things clear, and or select menu by ID. And this is the get selector that we use. And Well, if we don't get anything, I'm going to pass initial state as null collision operator. So initial state is this one. So using entity create entity adapter, we get IDs and entities. We get two tables with IDs and entities, and we can iterate through entities using IDs. And this is the initial state. So initial state is basically going to be empty. So that's what I'm passing it over here. Okay. So basically this is it all about, and I'm using this same concept. So if you go to read menus page, you'll see this, okay, this food name, this menu. So read menus. So this is what you will see for the read menus. But React is so powerful that I'm able to use this component read card inside read menus page itself. So so if I add something in the card, click on add card. So this gets updated instantly, and this component gets refreshed. So using this read card, I'm going to go inside my card here and click on read card. So here's the code for read card. So basically I'm using this here. I'm getting the data from the card using use read cards query, and this reading the entire data from the card is inside card API slice. So this using read cards query, every time when you create a new feature, you're going to go into you have to create an API slice for that specific feature to work on CRUD operation and API purpose. Okay, so we have this read card and it's a query, and let's go down, and it was able to create a hook for us to read the entire card detail using the query. And I'm going to go here, and this read card query is the hook that was built, and I used this to get data from the card. And here, so I'm destructuring the card data into IDs and entities. I'm using these here. I have console log these cards. So if you go here on our inspect, I have console log a lot of things, but IDs in the card. Let's okay. Here, IDs in the card. So you have one ID in the card right now. Let's add 5 here. Okay, so I have 2 IDs in the card. So if I add another, okay, another, so I have 3 items in my card. So it's giving me 3 items. So it's instantly updating. So let's go back. Okay, so I'm using map to map through IDs, and I created this another component to specifically display the data. So using here, I'm able to, so I use this select create by card, which is going to give me which is through which we can access the details of that card. So I'm going to use card.price, here card.food name. So if you go here, this food name can be accessed by card.food name, card.quantity, card.price. This is how it works. And yeah, this delete button, I'm using on delete function here on click, and using this I called this delete card API. So if you go to card API slice, you will see this delete card function. So let's go here. So here it is, delete card. I'm passing the delete method, and I'm passing the ID. So if you go here, I'm passing ID over here, right? So exactly that ID will be passed in the body. And you go to my ASP.NET Core and cards controller, and here this is what it's going to invoke, and that will be deleted. So go to cards. So once this gets invoked, you're going to so once that's deleted, it's going to I'm using use effect, and it's going to take me to read menus, and that's going to update everything and give me the updated card. That's all. Yeah, that is it about my code, and I'm going to create this detailed video tutorial for this application that I just showed you in my next video tutorial. Thank you.